everybody. It is great to be back with our community again, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, it is. We miss you guys, even if it is just part of the day.
Well, yeah. I mean, we come and talk to you in the comments. But other than that, we miss you. Until the next time. Well, it is the next time. And why don't we tell them who we are in case somebody's watching who hasn't seen us before.
Okay, I'm Buster. How you doing?
I'm Glenda.
I'm Rosie. Buster's noisy.
Oh, really?
Rosie, you can be noisy too.
Not as much.
So you like to be dainty?
Yes. And pink.
Okay, it is story night.
Are we going to do that every Friday?
Probably not, but we are tonight.
What story you got?
Well, I have got a new story. It's called Who Stole Seamus?
What's Seamus?
Seamus is a dog. A great big dog. This is Who Stole Seamus? Seamus, Carla called for her Irish wolfhound. Seamus, she yelled a little louder. It was unusual for the large dog to miss his call to a meal. He's probably off chasing some rabbit or squirrel, Carla said, then proceeded with her day. By mid-afternoon, she started to worry about her beautiful gray Irish wolfhound. They lived on a farm in northeast Kansas. She'd raised her children with her husband. Then, after her husband passed away 4 years earlier, her children gave her a fluffy ball of gray puppy. Now that puppy was as big as a Shetland pony. Carla went outside to the shed, which she'd made into a doghouse for Seamus. He'd never been on a chain and living in the country, but she'd never had to worry about him running off, except to maybe chase a small animal. She saw her hired man's truck near the pen where she kept a few cattle and a horse. "Jack," she called. He lifted his head and waved. Carla walked toward him, glad he was still there. Generally, Jack only worked in the mornings to feed the animals and do the remainder of the farm chores. She had a few acres that he'd farmed for her, but by this time in October, the harvests were in. He'd already put up all the hay for winter, and all the field work was finished. Jack only worked mornings, so it was good to see he'd come back for the evening. "What's the matter, missus?" "Jack, have you seen Seamus? I figured he'd be out here pestering you at least." Carla's concern showed in her voice. "No, I'm kind of surprised myself. I didn't have a chance to get everything done this morning because my wife called with an emergency. Come to think of it, I didn't see him then either." Jack looked puzzled. They both went to the shed where Seamus usually slept. They could tell something happened. Boot prints on the dusty floor led in and out of the shed. "It looks like 2 sets of large boots and 4 paws walked or ran out of here," Jack said. "Why would Seamus leave with them? That dog is huge and strong for us, any 2 men." Carla's eyes filled with tears. Seamus doesn't know an enemy. He's such a friendly dog that unless someone was hurting me or you or someone, all they'd have to do is be friendly. How would they know that unless they'd been around before? Jack asked. Well, let me think. Carla sat on a bench on her front porch. There were two men who stopped here and asked if they could go hunting in my pasture. I told them no, that I don't allow that. They played with Seamus a little. They didn't look sweet to me, but they didn't give me any argument either. What did they look like? Jack continued. Well, they're average-sized. Nobody that could handle Seamus if he didn't cooperate. You don't think they'd shoot him, do you? Panic filled her voice. Just then they heard a faint bark. That's Seamus! Carla jumped to her feet. Jack laughed. I'll get him. The man took off running toward the sound of the bark. Seamus, come, Jack commanded. Looking down the main road that passed the farm, Jack could see the large dog running full out toward him. A pickup truck sped to catch up to the dog. Hey,
You mangy horse,
stop! A faint demand came from the truck as a man leaned out the window on the passenger side with a rifle. Missus, call the sheriff now, Jack yelled back as he took off running down the road toward the dog. He picked up a rock on the way. By now, they were only a short eighth of a mile, and Jack heaved the stone at the windshield of the truck. Get out of here. Seamus, come here. The truck braked, throwing gravel in the air as a large, furry, gray Irish wolfhound ran into Jack, knocking him off his feet. Jack landed on his bottom and rolled onto his back as Seamus licked his face. You silly dog, Jack complained. By then, Carla was at their side in an old farm truck. Come on, you two, get in. Seamus jumped into the bed of the truck with ease. He panted and barked at the other truck as it made a three-point turn and sped off back from where it came. Jack climbed into the passenger seat. Man, that is a powerful dog. He tried to catch his breath. Are you okay? Carla asked with concern, but couldn't help but snicker a little. I'm sorry. I'm not laughing at you. It's just the way those guys took off after you threw that rock. I think Seamus was really glad to see you, though. Carla backed the truck into the driveway. She wasn't far enough from it to bother turning around. Once they were safely back home, she asked Jack inside so she could tend his wounds. Seamus followed them in and slowly walked to Carla's favorite chair in the living room, where he stretched out beside it, as he often did when inside the house. I'm just a little scraped on the arms. My clothes protected me otherwise. He looked at Seamus and laughed. I swear that dog thought it was all a game. He gave me a foul-smelling bath. I've got to wash my face. May I use the sink? Jack, of course you can. Use the kitchen sink if you want. There's a bar of soap that I keep there to wash my hands after being in the garden. The only bathroom is upstairs, and I don't feel like climbing them so much anymore. After Jack washed and all his wounds were tended with a little salve, they had some coffee and he called his wife to let her know what transpired. The sheriff's deputy showed up and said he'd caught the two men on his way to the farm. They won't be stealing any more dogs for a while. They use them for fighting other dogs, the deputy explained. What they don't understand about Irish wolfhounds is that they are lovers, not fighters, Carla laughed. I hope they didn't hurt anyone else's dogs. I'd be so lost without Seamus. I might keep him in for a couple of nights, unless he starts getting too hot. They don't handle the heat very well with all that fur. I'll keep the air conditioner on and a fan on him. He'll be fine. I'm going home now, Mrs., Jack said. Thank you so much, Jack. From now on, please just call me Carla. You work here every day, and after saving my beautiful companion, I don't think we need the formality. That sounds fine. Good night, Carla. He looked at the deputy sheriff. Is there anything more you'll need from me? Not tonight. The thieves confessed as soon as we pulled them over and heard the other dog in the back whining. They had it in a carrier, but I know the dog belongs to your neighbor down the road. After supper and a big dish of dog food for Seamus, Carla sat in her chair with Seamus on the floor beside her. Boy, you better not be so friendly next time. The dog licked her hand and she ruffled his fur. She knew he had no idea how to be unfriendly. She smiled and leaned back in her chair to watch her favorite TV show. The end. Well, guys, what did you think of the story?
I'm glad Seamus is okay, but I'm really glad he didn't hurt Jack anymore. Poor Jack.
Yeah, Jack was a good guy. I don't like those bad guys stealing dogs for fighting.
I don't like guys that do that either. But thank goodness this time it was a story.
You mean that stuff really happens?
Well, I don't know about the stealing, but I know they raise dogs for dog fights, and it's not nice. It's illegal.
I'm glad it's not legal.
I hope you all enjoyed the story of Seamus, the Irish Wolfhound. The large Irish Wolfhound. He didn't stay stolen long. Half a day, I think. Starting the story over. This is Seamus. The truck braked, throwing gravel into the air as a large, gray, furry, Irish wolf. The sheriff of Jack